Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is another episode of your Oilers World Junior Watch, as today we're talking about the semifinals between Team Canada and Team Russia, as Team Canada came out on top as they won 5-0, as they're going to be heading off to the gold medal game, while the Russians, they head off to the bronze medal game against Team Finland. On the other hand, Team USA beat up Finland in a 4-3 close game, as Team USA will be going off to face Team Canada in a matchup that is always fun to watch between Team Canada and Team USA, a rivalry that has never been beaten. It's going to be a fun one between Team Canada and Team USA, but we'll get into that one later on. We'll get into the matchups. We'll talk about who I think will win, and we'll get into all those details. So let's get into talking about the Team Canada versus Team Russia game, which I'll get off to at first. Is we got off to a very hot start. The way that this Team Canada team has been playing throughout this tournament, and I've been noticing a lot, is that we bring our A game in that first period. We forecheck. We do everything right off the get-go. We force the play. We play how we want to play in that first period. We predict that tempo of hockey out there, and the other teams can't match up to it. Czech Republic couldn't. Finland couldn't. Russia couldn't. A lot of teams can't deal with the pace that we play, because we play with a very high tempo pace. Like, it's almost like NHL worthy pace out there for Team Canada. In the first minute of the game, Newhook got a goal right off the get-go. 1-0 for Team Canada to start the game off. And then McMichael and Perfetti get two other goals to keep adding it on. So 3-0 to start this game already for Team Canada. And Russia just was never able to rebound. Schneider gets one from the point. And then Cousins on a nice hard-working play to get the empty netter. His 8th goal of the tournament. And it was just a really hard-working play there by Cousins. But once again, another great game here by Team Canada, and it's just that hard work that we give off. Dylan Cousins, once again, another multi-point night, as he had 3 points on the night, 1 goal, 2 assists. Just an absolutely amazing night. But otherwise, Devin Levi also was amazing. You can't forget about this guy. 28 saves on the night. Not just that, the second period is where kind of like the Russians picked up their game, and they had only 13 shots in that period, but Levi robbed every single one of them. Not even that, when we got into the third period where they pulled the goalie, which, I mean, I definitely wasn't too scared about. Levi made some really big saves to keep us in that game. While Askarov, on the other hand, Askarov was a bit sketchy, and I was talking about this on stream. It seems like every time we get into this tournament layout for Askarov, and it's a big-time gamer, it's a big team, and he needs to step up, Askarov doesn't step up, and it's weird. We've seen this from the last tournament where Askarov, it was a big-time semifinals, and he just choked. He chokes a lot in these big-time moments where it's like, hey, you could go to the gold medal game. You have this medal on the line. And it just seems like Team Russia just absolutely chokes it. And they need to do way better. They cannot choke losing this type of big game. And the way they lost it was a huge 5-0 loss. Usually when we face Team Russia, usually it's a close matchup. Usually the game is a very close game. Usually it goes right down to the wire. Usually it's the last goal who wins, right? And that's usually how it goes. But no, like, it was the first goal who won this game, and it was by Newhook, and it was a demolition derby, to say the least. It was a straight up wrecking path for Team Canada. We outplayed Team Russia in every bits of hockey. Defense, we shut them down every time they tried to generate something for offense. We shut them down. Poltkolzin couldn't get anything going last night. Their captain there for Team Russia. They couldn't generate offense. And that's hard for them to say, that they couldn't generate offense when they're an offensive team. Rodion Amarov couldn't produce. A lot of their big name players couldn't produce for Team Russia and couldn't get them a goal for this game. I want to talk about Dylan Holloway, though. Of course, we're knowing this World Junior talk. Dylan Holloway, once again, didn't get up on the stat sheet, but was great. He played alongside of Byfield and Connor Ziri, kind of like another shutdown line for Team Canada, and they did that role great. I think Byfield was physical alongside of Dylan Holloway, and they brought that physical game. I really liked the way that they played. They were just physical all up and down the ice. They were hitting them. They were playing physical. They weren't letting them breathe, which I really liked their forecheck between Holloway and Byfield. And not just that either. It was Zari or Perfetti that kind of switched in and out. But just the way that they played, it was a fantastic game from Dylan Holloway once again, making me really excited for him to be on the Oilers team. I also want to talk about Dylan Cousins, who led the team in points and is leading, I think, the tournament in points as well. Cousins, fantastic player. I don't think I could say anything bad about Dylan Cousins. That the fact of the matter is he's a really good player, and he's going to be something special for the Buffalo Sabres either this year or the next upcoming seasons. Dylan Cousins is a powerful forward. He really is. He really dictates the play out there here for the World Juniors, and that might change in the NHL, but once he gains a little bit more size and he learns how the NHL will play, he will adapt to that play and he'll start playing a hell of a lot better. And I think he'll do great once he gets into the NHL. He's just a really big, powerful guy, and I'm really, really excited about him. So now we got the big matchup between Team Canada and Team USA. So this is a big matchup. Levi versus Knight. We got Zegras versus Cousins, the two highest guys in points this year. Cousins with 16, Zegras with 16 as well, being tied up in points there. This is a big matchup. It's Zegras versus Cousins, and this is a matchup where I think we could shut Zegras down. I think we could shut most of the United States down. We have that capability to. We have Dylan Holloway. We have a really solid defensive core. I think we have one of the best pairings in the World Juniors right now between Bowen Bryam and Jamie Drysdale. I don't think I've never seen a better pairing of defense ever in the World Juniors in a long time. Bowen Bryam and Jamie Drysdale is just a game changer. A game changer that I don't think anyone can compare to about this team, is those two are the carriers of this team defensively, at least. And I mean, the rest of the defense core is great. Cannot bash them. They're playing great as well. Otherwise, I think we could beat the United States. And I'm definitely not guaranteeing that United States could pull off some sort of miracle. They could play harder than what we play in the first period, which will dictate that play. Whoever plays harder in that first period will most likely win this game. We've seen it from a lot of the games here in this tournament. When you get off to a hot start in that first period, you are really gonna win this game. United States, you gotta remember, they've only lost one game in overtime, and they have mostly dominated most of this tournament. So this is a team that we do got to be intimidated about. This is a team that we do got to take serious here for Team Canada. But, I mean, we have been taking every game seriously. We kicked ass against Finland, we kicked ass against Czech Republic, and we kicked ass against Russia. I cannot wait to see what we do against the United States tonight. There will be a video coming out tomorrow. It might be a little later on in the day, kind of like this one, because I wasn't able to make it until the day of the game, of course. But this game, I'm super excited about. I'm hoping you guys are as well, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.